CGTN won't fire me for that. Good afternoon. Welcome to CGTN Live. Today is our last episode of China-Africa Youth Talks. And previously, we talked about cuisine, we talked about sports, and we talked about the culture of entertainment in China and in African countries. And today, in this last episode, we are going to talk about something maybe the biggest in human beings' life. If you think that politics and economy are big stuff, well, you probably are right. But today, we'll definitely go higher than that because our subject today is love. Well, probably about marriage and about, well, I hate to say this, divorce as well, because we certainly want to know more about people's life, especially when we are sitting on this side of the globe and what's actually a life like on the other side. And I think love is the best way to connect us. And for today's subject, I have 4 guests to join me, but before I move on introducing them, I'd like to tell you that you can find us on CGTN's all social media platforms, including Facebook, microblog, Twitter, YouTube, as well as application. You can download it from your mobile phone, and you can join us by posting your questions in the comment section of all those platforms. And probably you've already noticed I got my phone next to me, so I can check it anytime I want, and then I can pass your question on to my guests. Speaking of which, ladies, would you like to introduce yourself? Well, you're starting from you.
My name is Botledi Gobe. My Chinese name is Kebei. And
your Chinese name is?
Kebei.
Kebei, okay.
Yes.
Would you mind me addressing you with your Chinese name?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem. And I'm from Botswana.
Botswana.
Yes, I'm a student and I'm studying global business journalism at Tsinghua University.
I should invite you later because tonight we have another show talking about politics and economy. Maybe later we can throw in that big subject on you.
It's okay.
So would you mind talking about love? No.
Love, for me, I mean, being a student at Tsinghua University, the pressure that is there already, like it makes my love.
So now you've already put love to the kind of back seat of your life.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well that's understandable. But being a student, who will like love? Who wants love anymore? Now we have homework. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chubing Li, and this is my Chinese name. So I've just finished my undergraduate study at Peking University, major in English literature, and I'm from Shanghai, and this is my 4th year here in Beijing.
You know, in China, we have this quite famous competition between the universities of yours. So can I count on that? Can I count on that competition today? Because I might throw in some controversial subjects, and I like to hear different opinions on that.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But no bad blood. No
bad blood. There are competition, of course, but above that, we have friendship, or in today's term, we have love.
So students from your universities love each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us.
Ooh, I sense something. Okay, gentlemen, it's your turn.
Yeah. Hey, my name is Jonathan. I'm from Congo, Kinshasa, DRC. I'm in China maybe 2 years. I'm studying BOPT University.
Sorry, you're studying in?
BOPT University.
Peking University.
Yeah.
I noticed that you are the only person now on this show with a ring on your hand.
Yeah, my wife is Leticia. Licia. Yeah.
Here in China?
Now she's in my home. She's cooking for me.
Well, I certainly won't hold you far too long. Be rest assured. But would you like? Would you mind if I, inquiring a little bit into your married life? It won't be that private, but would you mind? You can warn me beforehand if you don't want that to be talked about.
You know, love is so good in the life. So after come in China, I do my subject. So I think who can help me to finish my master degree, and who can help me every day, every night. She's connected with me. So
I think that is advice from a gentleman here too.
Yeah.
But I won't be
Okay.
I won't be the judge of that. Okay, sir, it's your turn.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Anson Lee, and my Chinese name is Li Ansong. I'm now currently studying at BSU, Beijing International Studies University. I major in interpreting Chinese English and English Chinese direction. And I'm so glad to be here today and have this opportunity to talk with you guys about love and maybe marriage.
You know, given our subject matter today, I wouldn't mind if you try to advertise your strong suits a little bit, so that any viewers now watching this might be interested in you in an affectionate way. That would be one of the objectives of mine.
It is really interesting, actually.
Glad you love it. Okay, now we are full house now. I like to throw in my first question. I like to starting with dating, actually, because I think that is a normal procedure or protocol to love, and then later maybe married life and starting a family. But everything has to start with a date, with a dating. So I'd like to know first, would you believe in love in the first sight, of the first sight? Do you think that one side only can decide your whole life's happiness?
I doubt.
That's a long side.
No. No.
And that's, you don't even pause that much.
You know, sometimes I look at a person and I'm like, no, I don't see myself probably with them like in the future, because, you know, at first glance, yes, they're amazing, but then once you get to know them, you know, you're just like, no, this is not the right person, you know. So I won't bet.
It's a matter of mathematics.
Well, I mean, I really won't bet on it. I would never,
You won't throw yourself full in a relationship just because
yeah, it's too risky to do
you
that.
zing at the first sight. No.
It's too risky.
Do you believe? Oh well, that's a risky question for you, so because you're already married.
Yeah. You know, the first one for me is I led in the love with my mother. You know, my mother, she's transmitted me the love. So if I look into my wife now, I can say, no, my wife is the love. I can love it, you know. So now I can say, every wife, every girl can transmit the love, but the love is different.
That's profound.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the Chinese side.
Yeah. You mean love at the first glance?
Are you romantic enough to believe love at the first sight?
I mean, I believe it, but there are conditions. So I believe if you're attracted by a person at first glance, it's his or her appearance might be at least pleasant to you. But if you want to keep this relationship in a long term, you definitely have something. You have either it's shared interest or something deep in the soul that you find you can share with each other. That's what keeps this relationship long term and can get you through the daily and small challenges and find who you are and who your significant other is.
But what do you think is decided over that look, over that what has been sparked in you that you feel so strong?
I mean, I call it the mysterious feeling that comes deep from your heart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to capture it.
Okay, before I ask for you answer, I'd like to know that do you have any, back at your homes, do you have any term or any way to express this kind of feeling? Something out of nowhere just comes to you and snatches you.
Not that I remember, but like in my language.
Yep. Yeah.
Like just, you know, for us the reaction it would be like, "Eish," you know, that's how you be like, oh,
What does that
yeah.
word mean?
It's just like, wow, you know, it's just like, oh man, you know, but yeah, "Eish" for us.
Ish.
Yes, that's the expression that we use.
Has it
sometimes.
happened in your life yet?
Yes, recently in China,
Ooh,
but
congratulations.
but you know, once you get to know the person, then it's just like
Conditions came in.
exactly.
So do you have an addition for that feeling of the moment? Like you know it for sure, this is the one when you met your wife. What's the thing that came in your mind?
Now,
What is the word maybe? What was the word? Oh man?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Is she watching?
yes.
Oh, I will be careful.
Yes, so for the watching. You know, the first is if I say my love to cooks.
When she is cooking?
Yeah, also she's cooking like this.
That is the moment. You think.
This moment after cooking, we eat to eat. Just is the best.
It's like the family life, that
Yeah,
family
the
feeling,
family.
the warmth of family
Yeah,
life.
family.
If for you, it's the moment of that sparkle
Yeah.
coming up.
The moment for to eat together. Yeah, it's so good.
Do you enjoy this conversation so far?
Yeah, of course I'm listening. Yeah, why not?
So what is it for you, to fall in love? Do you believe in this falling in love after you just simply glance your eyes, cap your eyes on?
Yeah, I believe in love. I think
Not just in love, but just the first sight.
the first
Everything
sight.
has been determined.
Well, I think I don't believe that, but I believe love itself. The first time is that to the first place you see a person, he or she is very attractive, but later you get along with him or she. There might be some shortcomings you find out later. Shortcomings, yeah, or
Some maybe defects.
yeah, defects. But at the first time, always the appearance attracts you most, because you don't know his or her inside. But after a period of getting along with the person, you find out, yeah, maybe he or she is not the person you want. It's not the person you're looking for. But I believe in the love itself. I think there are different periods or phases. Like very beginning, you think or confirm, you presume that he or she is the person you like, and you get along with
Can
her.
you do that? It's so logical. You assume that is the person who is right for you. Can you do that?
Yep, because you're attracted by him or her, maybe. And especially when it happens in your first love, first relationship. You're quite sure at that time you are not mature
Are you
enough.
saying this based on your experience or you're based on your imagination?
I keep that in
You like to keep that to yourself?
yeah.
I respect that. So because we all want love,
Okay.
be it the relationship or actually marriage, we all want love.
Yeah.
But life is so short.
It is.
We can't spend all our time and life on experimenting with different people. So
Exactly.
sometimes we like to use some help to shorten that trial period. And I know one modern technology that can help us with that. Or there's a lot of people are saying they use the help of modern dating applications, like using, I think one of the most famous is Tinder.
Do you have it on your phone right now?
I'm sorry, because I don't think you can use Tinder in China, and so I won't bother with that.
Okay.
And,
In China, it's
because
okay?
that is another side of this technology, because there are also people who believe that a dating technology actually is hurting moral standards of society, because not everybody is treating it as seriously as well as everybody else. So do you believe that dating apps help with healthy relationship or with a healthy start of a relationship? You're shaking your head.
I, for one, I don't do dating, so I think that's why I'm probably single. But
No.
dating sites for me, it's a no. I don't know. It's just the safety, concerns come to play with me. So I try to not. I just appreciate or prefer, the old way, of just
The traditional way
of just meeting someone, connecting with someone, because you never know. You never get the feel when you see somebody or when you communicate with somebody like on a phone or something like, dating sites like Tinder. So for me, my biggest concern, I think, is always like, safety.
But aren't you worried? Yeah, safety is definitely a concern because they're completely strangers.
Exactly.
But aren't you worried that, for example, Beijing is a large city and Africa is a vast continent? What if your soulmate lives far away from you and that you cannot physically reach her or meet him or meet that somebody very, very quickly?
Now that's a problem again. I mean, the long distance then, It's just like, how are we going to do this? We'll have to commit, obviously, you know. But I mean, yes, dating, I mean, the online apps, you know, dating apps, they have the perks and they have like the, you know, bad side of it. But maybe the perks of it, yes, you may find someone. There's so many people who have found, like, you know, they've found love, you know, online, you know, and like you're saying, like, if they're like far away, you know, sometimes it can go well, sometimes it cannot go well.
But so is in real life.
Exactly.
You never know.
You never know. I guess that's the thing with dating. You never know.
So at your home country, is dating web or dating app popular?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
People don't trust it.
Not translate.
Why?
Because, you know, in the love is the connected. If you every day you have to connect it physically, it's so good. Because you transmit yourself. You understand?
Yeah.
But now, if you use the mobile phone, the technology, you can transmit, but it's not exactly.
It cannot be felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to.
Mainly,
the connection has to be through eye contact.
yeah, just for to contact, but it's not you. It's not exactly the people. So I think that is not good. It's not good.
Not good at all.
Not good now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I mean, I personally don't use dating app that often, but I hold an optimistic attitude towards it. So I think there are several reasons. So with the rapid development of internet, the emergence of online dating apps is very natural, and it definitely influenced people way dating.
Very natural.
I mean, of course.
Why?
I mean,
I like to question something that you hold so.
First of all, especially in urban areas, people are extremely busy, and I would say online dating apps make it more time efficient to meet the people.
Should love be time efficient?
I mean, if you don't have the time to meet your significant other.
Oh my, you don't have the time to meet it.
I mean,
feel free to hit back.
You should have time. You should make time to always meet with your partner. I mean, that's the basis of the relationship or love.
If I may be a little bit posy again, how many times? How much time you spend with each other, with your wife, a day? Of course, 8 hours because you need that time. Yeah.
Because my wife work here, I'm studying here. Maybe every night, maybe 8 o'clock, she's come back.
Okay.
Me too. So, from every 8 o'clock from 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be talking to each other and
to talk.
Yeah.
To jog.
So when I say time, yeah. Sorry, keep going.
And
yeah, we won't go into the details after dinner.
Yeah. So when I mentioned time efficient, I was talking about compared to blind date. It's about the very early stages when you're trying to put people into connection. And of course, it has to go from online to offline. And afterwards, when you make sure this is the people I want to date, of course, you have to make time for him or her.
Yeah.
That's the time efficient I was mentioning. Because when people using like online dating apps, there's like a mutual consent that they won't find a partner on it. That's why they will be on this app.
Do you think you can know a person well just through the dating apps or maybe?
No, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not. I think to some extent these dating software applications do help. But there are some advantages and disadvantages. But maybe the disadvantage outweigh the advantage. But we cannot ignore the advantages there.
What are the advantages?
I think it makes it more convenient for us to get to know the person we are looking for.
I can think all those huge writers in the history of literature just weeping. Normally they don't associate love with convenience, time efficiency. So what are the disadvantages?
Disadvantage would be, the person you're talking to, you don't know his or her personality. You don't know if he or she is using the correct picture or the real picture. Maybe he or she will send another person.
Catfishing.
Yeah, there are chances they would send you the fake picture, right?
Do you think it's wrong? Because everybody wants to show the best side of themselves. I mean, so that they will use the best pictures of themselves.
Yeah, because if someone doesn't look very good,
Yeah.
he or she might use other people's and to seduce you to get out,
Seduce you. Oh, that's a strong accusation.
to try to invite you to go out, to hang out. Yeah.
But wouldn't you do the same? If you say you use the help and the service of an online dating website, a match setting website, and all those websites, as far as my knowledge goes, they will ask you to upload your photo, and that is I think it's the most primitive and human way. You look at this person, you look at what he looks or what she looks like, and then you make your decision. But
I mean, there are some people sending fake pictures, but not all of them. We cannot rule out the possibility some people sending fake pictures. But most of people should send in the real picture. They're talking about the disadvantage. This is one side. And the other side is, like I said, you don't know him or she very, very well. Yeah, there's something you don't know about him. If he's nice or she's good, you don't know about that.
Okay, so now let's suppose that you all pass the stage of knowing this person, and you decide to give him or her a chance, and you find, okay, he or she isn't a perfect match for you, and you decide to commit into a long-term relationship. How long before you can make up your mind to say out loud to your partner, I love you? I would like to start from you, sir, because I think you have no difficulty whatsoever to say that. How long did it take you to say I love you to your now wife?
That's it's for me.
Yeah.
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
And do you think that's it's long, or do you think this is actually a very short?
Normal.
Sorry.
It's normal.
It's normal.
Yeah. Because the first time is I need to do which person she is. So it's very, very quickly for me.
Oh, you say 3 months is quick.
Yeah, 3 months, yeah.
It's quick. And
it's quick.
She can respond with the same line instantly, or actually, because you kind of wait a little bit. Possibly.
You know why I know she's good. It's good for me, because every day I see her. Every day we talk with her. Not to use phone.
No.
Yeah, maybe just for 3 minutes to use the phone. But every day we have the same place. Yeah, other. I'm going to home. She's come to my home to talk. So I can know who is it.
What did you feel when you said I love you for the first time to her?
This is.
Can you still remember that moment?
This is Mimi.
That's a secret. Also, I respect that. Okay, so do you think 3 months is long enough?
I think it's short.
How long would it take you then?
Probably 6 months. Wow. No, okay, not 6, but 5 to 6.
Okay. Suppose your partner didn't say this first. Would you be that person to say it, be the first of you two?
Usually, I never say it.
First?
Yeah, I never say it first.
Okay.
I let them, because I see through maybe their actions. So once I see those actions say something, I'm like, okay, then that's when I can say it as well. But then, for me, around 5 months, I think, because 3 months, I feel like it's that stage where you get to know each other. Somebody will try to be that perfect person, that perfect image, telling you that perfect image. But as time goes, you start to learn about that person, the flaws come out, So I feel like maybe 5 months will be, it has been actually for me.
How did you do, it's quite exact, 5 months, 3 months. How do you come up with that calculation?
Yeah, I know, love cannot be calculated, feelings cannot be calculated, but it's something, I think from past experiences, that's how I just, kind of observed how it's been like that.
Okay, now we have 3 months. Let's play the safe. 6 months.
Yes.
Sir, what's your number?
I think it depends which relationship.
If
for the first relationship, that would be pretty quick to me, I think.
Pretty quick?
Yeah, like less than a month.
But less than a month?
Yeah, if it's second relationship, you're more mature.
What is different between the first and the second?
Because the first relation, you don't have experience.
Well,
And maybe that time you were pretty young. You
what kind of
eager.
experience you need in order to delay, the statement of "I love you"?
The experience, I think, which
Or
makes
maybe
you
let's-
more mature.
I'm sorry, I beg your forgiveness. Let me paraphrase my question. What is it that you think makes you think that to say "I love you" too quick is a mistake?
I wouldn't say it's a mistake. I would say if it's the person you deserve your love, I think it's not a mistake.
No.
Yeah, but next
this time,
time
but
you
the
should be more,
second time, you
Yeah,
delay
you
it, you postpone it. You don't want to say it that quick.
yeah,
Why?
because you're more mature. You're more mature.
Okay.
When you were young, you try to try everything new because this is new to you, brand new experience for you, and you try to confirm the relationship as quickly as possible, right? And
You rush into it.
yeah. You want to try everything new, but later in the second period, you might be more cautious
Why?
because through the first.
What hurt you so much that you cannot say "I love you" confidently?
Not hurt because in a relationship you have to put time, energy, and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, it was why I have to say that. But in the second relationship, you're more mature. You know more because from the first relationship, you know his or her good thing or bad thing, and in the second relationship, you're more cautious. I think. You become
Because
more cautious.
you have known this person kind of more fully.
And you have already tasted the love, so you're not that rushed before. Yeah, you can wait longer. You
It
can
sounds
wait
like
longer.
you've met a dish that you like. You're not hungry for it anymore.
I would keep it secret.
Okay. So a number. 3 months, half a year,
Less than a month
less than a month.
for the first relationship.
For the first, but for the second one,
For the second, I think would be like half a year.
half a year. Do you think that number is increasing every relationship you're in?
I'm not sure about that.
Maybe this time is half a year, and then next time, God forbid, I hope you settle for the first one. But if you are unfortunately enough to enter your third relationship, then probably going to take you forever.
I don't know. I'm not sure about it because it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, listen, I know something about you. That's factual. Okay, and the lady.
Well, like for me, this isn't really something that can be estimated by number. While saying "I love you,"
Could it be the first day?
I mean, it could, and also it could be 1 year later. For me, saying "I love you" or heard this sentence from the other person means a milestone or something really significant achieved in your relationship. And I
Would you
believe
do something that is a milestone within the same day you met this person?
I mean, it can be. It really depends. I really can't say that for sure. It all depends. But while if this sentence is going to mean something or have its significance, I want it to be genuine. I want it to be from the bottom of the heart that cannot be held, that cannot be suppressed, or that you just cannot control it.
You said you studied English literature.
Yes, I do.
What is the literature about romance that you love the most?
I mean, I'm not into literature about romance, but I mean, there are Jane Eyre, there are Pride and Prejudice. I mean, Elizabeth in Pride and Prejudice. She's a totally different person before she really got to know Mr. Darcy, right?
Is that what perfect love should be in your mind?
I believe there is no perfect love, but there is a perfect way to deal with the imperfect person and make it into an ideal relationship.
Would you like to, because that just paves the way for my third question. You've met your now wife, and you've got married, and you've certainly known that she is not perfect. No human being is perfect. Would you want her to change for you?
Now,
Be careful. She might be.
really, I don't get change.
You don't get changed.
Don't
no.
get change.
And you don't want you to change, or you don't want her to change for you.
Just I don't know.
I don't want.
I don't want.
I don't want
because
it.
To change is not good for everyone.
But sometimes people do change, and we learn things, and we correct our behaviors. But do you want to push her to?
After marriage, you need to change. No, it's not good.
You just let it happen naturally.
Now it's very difficult for me to tell him because I don't just want to talk for. I don't think this. Yeah, I think just if you have the good person, you have the good person, we can go together. If you don't have the good person,
no matter how much you change, it doesn't matter at all if it's the person is not right. Am I right?
No.
Okay. So, do you want to change for someone you're desperately in love with?
Wait, me changing for the person?
Yeah, that would be more difficult compared to your partner changing for you.
I doubt I'll change for like a relationship. Like if it means me probably correcting some of my weaknesses, like maybe changing for like the better, then yes. But if it's me now changing to what my partner probably wants me, like the perfect, girlfriend or something, then that's a problem because you're trying to make me fit into that description you have of like that perfect girlfriend you want. So sometimes these things are probably driven like by past relationships. Your partner will probably telling you like, she did this, and then in some ways they're trying to tell you like maybe you should do this. Sometimes your cooking will be bad.
It becomes a competition.
Yes. It's like maybe why don't you just go back to her then? If you're gonna compare me to her. So I think for me, changing is a no-no. I would never, unless, like I said, unless it betters me into like a better person. Like if I can change those tiny bits, like the weaknesses, the weak points, my weak points, then...
That sounds a little bit like wishful thinking, like all our partners ask are just for us to correct all those tiny mistakes that we make every day.
Sometimes some people can be demanding, but...
Okay, but maybe I should, rephrase it again. Let's not say change, but let's say sacrifice.
Okay,
let's say sacrifice. Yeah. To what extent are you willing to sacrifice something you like in order to please your partners?
I think something that trivial or not that
only
very
small
important.
Things.
Yeah, you can sacrifice for a partner.
Principle, no way.
Principle, I don't think it's a good idea.
How about let's put you in a little bit dramatic situation. What if your girlfriend asks you or your partner asks you to buy something insanely expensive, but you just don't have the money enough? What would you do?
I don't think I would like that kind of person.
You just destroy the question.
Because I think sacrifice is necessary. I think we call it compromise.
Yes.
You have the confirmation. You have the yes from the experienced married man now.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that too much is not right. To some compromise or sacrifice will make the relationship more harmonious.
Where would you draw the line?
I think sometimes it's clear, it's apparent, but sometimes, it's very difficult to decide the boundary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're starting to rationalize hormone, to rationalize love. So in this section, well, if love can be rationalized, would you set up certain rules beforehand? Is that possible?
To make a to-do list.
Yeah, like we put certain things, like I can sacrifice things and I put in this list. And the things I will never do, if you kill me, I will never do on the other. Would you do that?
Basing like our love on like a list, I doubt. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's things that, will just come as, as we move on. Like they'll just unravel, like, as we just continue our relationship or, whatever is going on, But just having to like go back to the list of like, I said I can do this, it's for me, it's like...
But you talk about time efficient...
Sorry, that's too specific. I think it's like a transaction or business. Yeah, it's like a contract. Yeah, I think we should just let it be.
Just let it be.
Let flaws and good things come after the relationship.
But Ma'am, you are a supporter of time-efficient love. Wouldn't that reduce the amount of time spent meaningless on tiny quarrels?
I would say
You just throw the contract at your partner's face.
I would say the time efficient is for the matchmaking period. While for love itself, I say the commitment to make up time for him or her is important, is essential. And for me, I do have several principles that I would love to discuss with my partner.
Principles?
Yeah, which are significant to me.
Can we share one or two?
Well, first of all, don't bring up breakup unless you really mean it. You know, sometimes, especially girls, they use it as a means to push, to push the boundary and to get what
you want your partner to refrain from using breakup as some sort of bargaining method.
Yeah, never do that.
Okay, so once your partner said that, it's done.
I mean, it really depends, but I would say try not at least to use it as a mean for bargaining. It doesn't work for me. It really ruined the relationship. If it happens twice, I'm gonna accept that, but if it happens several times, it really jeopardizing our relationship.
Okay, so now I think we are done with the dating part, and the relationship is moving smoothly towards, well, some say the end of happiness. Some might say it is the tomb of love, marriage. Which side are you on? I know you answer already. But which side are you on? Do you still view marriage as the end? Maybe not necessarily the end, but the destination of the love.
Destination of love. I think the end of destination of love, marriage.
Maybe destination is the state
the
where we are fighting for to reach. But if we call it the end, then love is no longer there.
Yeah, I think maybe using a better word, not end.
But destination.
Yeah, exactly.
So you still think that marriage is the ultimate purpose of love or relationship?
I think so. You get into a relationship, you date someone, and then you form a union, a solid union together. Sometimes, yes, marriage is just like a name to just call whatever you're doing, like your marriage. But yeah, I think for me, I would want to date and get to that point where it's like, where it's a union now, or like one person, it's us, because I just, growing up in a family where I have both my parents, my mom and dad, and seeing that kind of love bring, I really want that as well.
So back at your home, back your home country in Tanzania, in Botswana, I'm sorry.
Yes,
do many young people still hold this idea?
Do they?
Still value marriage?
Yes, it's actually an alarming thing to see because, I actually have a childhood friend who recently just got married, and it's an amazing thing, where they're getting married at such a young age. It's something out of the norm. Like, it's not, people would expect you to get married probably when you're like in your 40s or 30s or somewhere there. But now people are getting married now in their 20s, where, you feel you need to be aware of what you want to do with your career. It's all about you. You're like your selfish years, your 20s. But people are now forming these bonds, these unions together at such a young age, and I think it's admirable, because it is admirable. It's like the modern, love that is going on.
So at your home country, sir, do people still admire marriage, or still respect the idea of getting married, or actually young people start thinking that married or not, as long as we are together, it's okay?
Now, this year in China, I have four Congolese people marry in China. But because the problem is who is your vision, who is the image you have for your life. So in Congo, many young men like to marry, maybe 20, 24, 26.
They still believe in marriage.
Yeah, they live in marriage.
I don't know if you like because in China the divorcing rate is in big cities. I read some data. The divorcing rate is increasing, and some are worried by that. And some not. Some say this is a natural state of post-marriage. Would you agree with that?
To some extent, I would. I think I would agree to that, because, like I said, you know, most people get married at a very young age, and now if you have like high, you know, cases of divorce, it's like most of the time, yes, you may have like cases of divorce because of those young couples. You know, most people maybe rush to it, maybe rush in that idea. And again, I think it's the idea of marriage that people have. You know, the idea that we grow up. You know, you grow up as a young girl and you're told, no, you should marry because you need to do this and this and this and that. You know, it's my African parents. They usually do this to us young girls. You know, they'll tell you, no, you should get married. You should have kids. This is how it's supposed to be. But now things are different now. You know, we have young ladies who are now becoming more like independent. You know, they want to do their own thing.
They want to control their own life.
You know, they want to control that, exactly. So it becomes a problem now. And then now when they rush,
a generational problem.
Exactly, it becomes a problem. And at the same time, when people at the same time, most young couples, yes, are getting married at a young age. But then I don't know if it still applies to the post-modern, like the question you asked about China. But yeah.
I won't direct this question to you because I don't think it's a good omen to,
Yeah.
to talk about divorce. And yeah, I think this, we about to draw to the end of this conversation. There's a little very insightful dialogue, but I would like to put that to because all of you are young Chinese people, and sometimes Chinese society is fairly conservative. And are you worried, I mean, from a social point of view, are you worried by the surging rate of divorce in China, in some places?
Well, I don't worry about it. I think it's a new trend. I think now young
It kind of makes it sound popular.
No, I think it's a growing phenomenon. People nowadays are more open towards marriage. They don't think it's a necessary or must list.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not like the last generation, get married and have kids and etc.
You don't think that is a necessary progress of life?
In my opinion, I think it's not a necessary process. Yeah, and I think marriage may be just a paper document, and it's a way to gain the civil rights. But marriage alone doesn't guarantee the harmony or happiness with your partner. Yeah, and nowadays, you know, in China and in some countries, the living expenditure are very expensive. Yeah, very high. People don't have time or have energy to care about their living conditions. And I learned some statistics in Western countries. People stay together, partner, like 7-8 years, they live together, but they don't get married. But they're still very happy. So I think I don't worry about it, in my opinion. I think it's maybe some new ideas.
If I may ask, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. I mean, can you imagine when will you get married?
I'm
It's
not
okay
sure
if
about
you
it.
think. Okay.
I'm not sure about it. I know, you know.
I know it's absurd to ask you to pinpoint on a certain age, but
In China, people are under pressure from their family, their friends.
Are you?
Yeah, and to some extent, yes. But
well, now you have the perfect opportunity to tell your parents what you want to say to them.
they don't speak English, I think.
Okay.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I think nowadays young people are more open toward marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, they're more enjoying the process of relationship, I think, the procedure. Yeah. Not the marriage, the formal process.
To this session, the final statement goes to you.
Wow, it's a pleasure. So well, for me,
they may not agree with you, but anyway.
Yeah, but they don't get any chance. Well, for me, I think marriage is not the final stage of love.
Divorces?
No, divorce is not the end of the world either. I would say marriage is the result of the accumulation of love, and wherever there is love, there would be happy marriages. So I would say this society, especially in our urban modern society, people and the society is changing rapidly. It's changing the
Which way is it going?
Excuse me?
Which way it is going? The Chinese society is going to the place where marriage does not matter anymore, or the opposite?
I would say marriage always matters if we get its true essence. It's just the saying that the pace of current life is very fast. And you know, we have those kind of flash marriage, 闪婚. We probably also have...
Maybe two people meet together and they kind of, for that moment, believe that each other, the best one for each other, and then they get married and later they get regretted.
Oh.
The flash marriage.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like a flash. It's like, I think as long as we find the people we are happy to stay with and we're willing to commit to, I would say that marriage is a good one. And I always have faith in that. Like, no matter how much difficulties or adversity I've faced in my, I hope not, but
You have a very difficult vision for your life.
yeah, I mean, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best.
I'd like to end our conversation today on that note, if you agree with me, because love is a subject matter that kind of defines human being, from the first day we emerged on this world, and I think and hopefully we continue to be defeated by the word love, because I think if we can explain everything in the world, that would make the world a boring place to live in. And thank you for your insights and your enlightenment. And I hope that you can find from today's show a few things that you can take home and digest, or maybe you can have a new, fresh conversation with your families, with your parents, or with your partners. And if our show, or Little Humble Show, can do that, all my hope has been been met. And again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your help. And thank you for your time, and thank you for your company. But don't go far too away, because tonight we're going to have another show, and it's going to be about the Forum on China-African Cooperation. And during that show, we will be talking about today's ministerial meeting between the ministers from China and African countries. And we will review some of the key points from the meeting. Also, we will look into what is going to happen, what is on the agenda for tomorrow's event, because the event is finally happening tomorrow, just a few hours away. So stay tuned to CGTN. Do find us on all sorts of platforms that CGTN has. And if you have any questions or in the things that you're interested in, feel free to tell us, and we will try our best to answer those questions for you. Thank you. Thank you for your time. See you soon.